A new vegan holiday cookbook is coming out just in time for those who want to eat healthy this holiday season. I don't know who you are. Well, I spoke earlier with Arise News book editor Marva Allen about the book, that book, and other new releases. As always, so good to see you.
So good to see you.
On the eve of Thanksgiving.
Can you believe that?
Are you ready?
Here we are.
Yeah.
I am ready.
And very apropos, then you should bring a book that's a cookbook
Isn't
today.
that something?
All right. This is called Vegan Holiday Cooking from Candle Cafe.
Yes.
All right. Vegan and holiday seems like a contradiction. So sell me on this.
I'm going to sell you on this.
Okay.
Candle Cafe, these are a group of premier plant-based restaurants in New York, and this is the first book of its kind, actually. And what this is, you know, for us carnivores, we can find out that vegetables are really, really good. And for people who are vegan, you know, they want to have tasty foods. So this is chock full of holiday recipes, not just for Thanksgiving and Christmas and so on, but for the Super Bowl, for Cinco de Mayo, everything. So you can have vegan food, and you can try the sweet potato latkes, and you can try the almond creme fraiche, and it sounds delightful. So it's taking the boring out of boiled broccoli, you know, and stuffed cabbage, and it's giving you some very exotic ways.
Okay.
So I'm going to try this.
Well, the sweet potato latkes sound delicious.
I want some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds good. Have you tried any of these recipes yet?
Not yet, but I'm going to try some for the holiday.
I was going to say, I dare you to try some for the holiday.
I'm going to try some for the holiday. I'm going to substitute some of the carbohydrate
for
some wonderful
and then
vegetables.
ducks before your family throws something at you. All right, vegan holiday cooking. Sounds interesting. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Writing great books for young adults. This sounds intriguing.
Well, of course it is. You know, I mean, the books that have been selling these last few years are YA novels. You know, Harry Potter and now The Hunger Games, which just hit the theaters, just go blazing away, going gangbusters. And a lot of people now think, oh my gosh, we should be writing for the YA market. You know, not realizing that there are rules and regulations in which to do that. And so super agent Regina Brooks has written, this is an updated book of her first book. If you're going to write for the YA market, you got to write for the YA market. You can't be speaking in adult voices or so on. And we also know that the young adults are really reading, and they seem to be reading fantasy. I mean, I guess the world is too real and they need to escape. But so these are the guidelines for writing, you know, how to make the writing exciting, you know, how to make sure you stay with your tone and your theme, and, you know, how to write powerful query letters and of course, opening the door to the world of publishing for people who are going to write for the YA space, as you know, Hunger Games or Harry Potter makes us feel like we can do it too.
Indeed, and if you want to be a published author, this is a good genre to get into because it's exploding, isn't it?
It's exploding. There's just not enough product. So it's a good space to get into if you want a contract.
Yeah.
And if you can write.
And a good start is to write about a werewolf or a vampire.
Exactly. You know, some zombies.
Right,
and, you know,
exactly. Then you're halfway there. So this last one, this is almost on the other end of the spectrum.
This is on
the great reformer.
This man has been called everything wonderful. You know, he's been called the turnaround CEO. He's been called the best leader, the most compassionate leader. And, you know, I'm a Catholic, born Catholic, went to girls' school. And so I know how hard change has to be. But this is a man who leads from the heart, and he wants humanity to be the center of all of our concerns. And grew up in Argentina in the Peron era, and so he knew that he hated military governments and and totalitarianism, and so he opted to be when he was in Chile to work with the poor, and he realized the kind of level of compassion and the kind of gratification you get when you're able to help others. So he has turned the Catholic Church in the last year and few months.
Yeah, he set the Catholic Church on its ear in some ways.
Even the Advocate, the gay magazine, has called him a great man, you know, and that was not something that you would hear in the Catholic Church.
Tell me a little bit about this author, Austin, is it Ivory?
Ivory, yes. He's a British journalist, you know, who's written a lot of biographies before, and this book came about in 2013 when he got third row seats to the coronation of the Pope.
Oh.
And so I guess, you know, he, and it was transcribed from a lot of tapes and so on. And I think it's a very definitive work. And we're going to see this as a cornerstone of the change that's going to happen. And it's going to be all cataloged here.
I'm sure it's fascinating.
Yeah, it is
reading.
absolutely fascinating. The Great Reformer.
All right.
I love them.
Marva, all very interesting books and all very different.
Yes, absolutely. And
I like
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to
you. A day
you.
away.
May you overeat till your heart's content.
Vegan food, that is.
No, whatever. Anybody got time for that. All right, Marva, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for being with us. We do hope that you have a safe and wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.